And your stitches. Get the zipper out of the way. You're now going to stitch down this side. Change the zipper.
Lah, habis dong.
triggered the yellow icon, and then someone manually reviewed it.